officially the NXT is moving to Tuesdays. It is going to be moving to Tuesdays as of the post-WrestleMania April 13th edition. So, Finn, we knew this news was probably coming. And I think this is good news for everybody. Good news for NXT, good news for AEW. How are you feeling about the big move in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm in full agreement. I mean, AEW hasn't exactly been doing gangbusters numbers since the Revolution pay-per-view. So, I mean, they could do with a boost, and the removal of NXT from the head-to-head spot is going to be helpful to them. Obviously, NXT going to Tuesday nights means there's no competition from AEW, so they should get a bump of, I don't know how many viewers. It's really tricky to know how many people are going. Well, we're going to find out, aren't we, from April 13th, April 14th. It's really tricky to know how many people are not watching NXT or AEW because they're watching the other ones. So all will be revealed that week. But I think it's good news for both companies. It takes the pressure off in many respects in terms of having to deliver storylines or matches just for ratings, and they can go back to actually building long-term stories and feuds. So I think that's going to be really good for the products for both NXT and AEW. A win all round. I mean, the only loser, of course, is Pure Impact Wrestling on Tuesday nights on Access TV, which will presumably now have to move till Thursday because, I mean, they're going to get
made the announcement
by NXT.
They're moving to Thursday. They've made the announcement. I don't know how many times now Impact has had to move nights, but they had to move. There was just no, staying on Tuesday nights if NXT is moving is dire. But I did want to ask you a different question, Finn, because Sondra actually posed this question to me on Patreon about, when Raw and Nitro were on in America in the late 90s, and there was obviously, over 10 million people at one point watching Raw and Nitro. Do you think that the NXT and AEW audience is more of a crossover than the Raw and Nitro audience? Do you think both shows are going to see, over 100, 200,000 viewers more because people have the choice to go and see it? Or do you think there is a large contingent like Raw and Nitro, but it was people just wanted to watch one or the other?
Well, I mean, that's what we're going to discover the week commencing April 12th. I mean, I think there's probably maybe 100 to 200,000 people who's a fluctuating audience who would probably watch both. But I think there's really dedicated audiences to each company. So it's not like when AEW drew, what was it, 757,000 or something like that last week, wasn't it? About 760,000.
Yeah.
And I think NXT did just under 700,000, didn't they? I think that's right. Maybe
I think so. I will check that. Yeah, it sounds about right.
I think it's about 680. So to me, if NXT wasn't on, I can't imagine that AEW would have then drawn 1.3 million viewers. So, I mean, that's the dream, of course. All the people that were watching NXT will now watch us. So instead of drawing 770,000 viewers, we're going to draw 1.3 million viewers each week. I mean, that would be tremendous for AEW and also for NXT. If most of the AEW audience were then to watch NXT on Tuesday nights. So I think there's only a small percentage of viewers that really decide to choose or would watch the other one if the other one wasn't on. I think it's really mostly two separate audiences. That's my belief. What do you think, Kenny?
Yeah, I think for now it is, but I think this opens it up to more people who, if you're an NXT fan, maybe you thought before, I would maybe try and check out Dynamite, but it's always on against NXT. Or if you're a AEW fan, you might want to give NXT a chance, but you're not gonna miss your favorite show. So I think there's more chance to see both. And I think for NXT, the really good thing for them not being opposed to AEW is that now, hopefully we don't get any of that kind of hot shot stuff that we got a couple of times last year, for example, the Keith Lee and Adam Cole double title thing, which, was a reaction to going head to head. So I'm hoping that for NXT, this can go back to the NXT we kind of remember and loved from pre-USA Network era, which I think now it's got a chance to do.
Yeah, I mean that was done specifically to defeat Dynamite that week, which it did, as if memory serves me correctly.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, it was just a hot shot, 1 week thing just to draw a number, and it ended up meaning nothing in the long run.